All right, so now that we have our CRUD in place, I want to add another functionality to my products. And a lot of sites, they have reviews, like Amazon.com, they have reviews for all their products, and they let customers add their own comments. And so we want to do that for our products. So to do that, we need another table to store the reviews for my products. We have to create a whole new table. So let's go and do that. See if I can get to my site. All right, going to the PHP My Admin, because I like to create stuff here. Let's look at our lecture database that I played with. So currently we had articles and we had products. I need a new table to store my reviews. Now reviews are going to be associated to the products table. So what do we have? How do we associate those two tables together? Okay, a primary and a foreign key. They have to connect in some way. So let's create a new table. Create a new table. We'll call it reviews. And I don't know. Let's have let's say 5 columns. Let's see if that gets us where we want. So the first one is going to be the review ID, and that's going to be an integer. Just like that's going to be an auto increment primary key. So we check the auto increment here, and it's going to be our primary key on the index side. Then we need an author. Might be a varchar. Let's give them 255 characters to be an author. We'll have the content of the actual review, and this one might be text. We'll give them a little longer for that one. Then we need the date that it was created, or we say created at to be more Railsy. And let's make this one a timestamp so that it automatically gets created for us when it's created. I don't think so. Nope. On update, okay. We're never going to update these, so let's leave that blank. Yeah, and we're not going to let them edit it. They're going to create it, and that's it. One chance. All right. So let's go ahead and create this. Oh, we need a rating. Sorry. We need a rating. We'll call that we're going to save that as an int. Big old huge honking int. All right. So now we'll save it. That's why I knew we had 5. So this created our table for us. It has all these values. And I still missed something. I needed my foreign key, right? So I need to add another column to this. So let's go back to here, and we're going to add one field at the end of the let's see, let's add it, let's put it at the end, I don't care. All right. We'll put it after my review ID. Fine. And this is going to be called the product ID. That's going to be the foreign key that I'm going to insert in here when I create it, and that's going to be just an int, and that's all. All right? That's all I care about. It's not auto increment or anything like that. All right. Oh, yeah. All right, so I've got a review ID. I've got my foreign key here, author, content, created, and a rating. Everybody got that? All right. The only other thing I might do for performance sake is that I'm very often going to select all of my reviews whose product ID equals something. And if you ever use that in a where clause where product ID equals something, we should index that column. So we're going to index that particular column here. So I click on the little index, and now I've got a column. It's not unique because I might have a bunch of those with that ID in it. That means that my product has many reviews associated with it. It's a one-to-many relationship, right? All right, so there we go. Now we've got our reviews all set up. Let's refresh this guy. And now I've got my reviews, and I can look at my table. Everything looks happy. All right, so where do I put reviews in my PHP? Right, my product show page, the detail page for each product. So I'm going to go look at my product show page here. Product show. And in this page now, I need to start getting data and displaying it on this form, all right? And we're going to run out of time on this, but that's okay. So in order to get that data, the easiest way is for me to create another connection to my database, all right? So at the end, I display my detail show page, which looks like this. This is my detail show page. It's only got the description and the price, etc., the image that's broken. And at the bottom, I might have a list of all my comments or my reviews for that, right? So at the bottom, I'm going to do some more work, get all of the reviews. All right, so how do I retrieve the reviews first from the database? New SQL string. I need a whole new SQL string and this whole type of code here. So my connection is still open. So I can just create a whole new SQL select statement. I'm going to select everything from what table now? Reviews table, where my product ID equals the ID. All right, that's fine. Everything else should be correct at this point. My ID was filled in up here, so that's fine. I'm going to get the same data. And then we are going to actually go do the query. And then I'm going to have more than one record, right? I'm going to have a bunch of rows that I'm going to display on the page. So how did we do a bunch of rows displayed on a page? Well, if you look at your index page, we did a while loop here like this. We fetched a new row every time, and then we displayed that information out. All right, so we're going to do something similar to that. Instead of fetching one, I'm going to do it in a while loop here and display every row one after the other. So I like the echo command. This makes it easier. And of review. And we can do whatever we want in here. Might make a div. I could add a class equals review. And I could put in some information. You know, this is all styling stuff. So let's just print out the name of the guy, which is going to be what? Row, sub. Remember, this is an associative array. So I go back and look at my column names here. Author, row, sub, author as a string. And I might do something like this. On row sub created at author said, and then I put the actual comment that they had. So row sub review. That's what I said, content. Thank you. And then I might put what his rating was. All right. So the problem with these are they're complex statements. So I have to put these in braces. That's why I'm getting those red lines. They don't like that. So the braces just make it, because I'm doing an array, PHP is not smart enough to figure that out. So it would be fine if they were simple $ variables. All right, there we go. So I might put, I might echo out something else like an H2 tag, product, or reviews of, no, that's getting too hard. Product reviews. Yeah, I'd have to say, I guess I have that, don't I? It is in my old row subname, so I could do this. What the heck? I copied the wrong thing. Row sub name. Yep. I have a backseat programmer up here. It's all right. That's right. You're catching my mistakes. All right, so let's see what it looks like before we do anything else. Let's reload our page. And now we have product review of skis spelled wrong. And here's our select statement. And we don't have anything, so it just skipped. There were no reviews, right? What? Yeah, pair programming. There you go. So let's add some reviews, just so we can display them before we get into the form. So let's go look at our review. And this was ID 6. My product was 6. So let's add a new guy. And review ID we'll leave blank. No, we can't do that here, can we? Product ID is going to be what? What is the foreign key going to push? 6, right? My author is Dave Jones. My content is, these are very dangerous. Created at, right now, rating, and I'll give it a rating of 3. All right, so that saves it in the database. Now all I have to do is reload this and see if my review got printed. Look at that. On this date, Dave Jones said, these are very dangerous, and it gave him a rating of 3. All right, isn't that cool? So if I have another one, let's add another guy, and he's going to be review 2. He's going to be the same foreign key, the same relationship here, and the author is going to be Andrew, since he's up here. Let's see, love them, and the date of now, and a rating of 5. And if I reload my page, I've got 2 reviews. Look at that. Now it's just a matter of styling my reviews to be a little nicer, and you know, I could add a class. I have a class of review up here, or I can do some stuff like style. I love to do that, right?
Yes.
Let's see if that works. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? That's some beautiful styling right there. So obviously you can add anything you want in HTML and CSS to make it look better, but we'll play around with that later. But that's how we display the ratings. Now what's left to do? I need a form for the user to create a rating. So we'll do that tomorrow, and we'll put that in and have that create a new entry in the products, in the review table, and then once they submit that, what's the page going to be displayed after they submit that form? The same product page. So we're going to redirect back to the same product show page, and it should just show their comment automatically for me. All right? So that's enough for today.